court, we've got Forza Horizon 5 hands-on and next-gen spectacle for the Xbox Series consoles. We are both extremely excited for Forza. We are a few weeks away. You were saying earlier, though, that you're like, this is the most excited you've been for a racing game?
Yeah, so the last racing game I was excited for was the Gran Turismo 2. After first Gran Turismo, I was like, oh my god. Because like growing up with like Ridge Racer and all these meh race car games.
Yeah.
Test Drive on the PC way back in the day.
I remember that.
I just couldn't get into race games. And when I got my Xbox Series X and I downloaded Forza Horizon 4 on the console and started playing it, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try because I want to see this graphical spectacle, right? Everybody was saying how beautiful it is. I'm like, I'm not a racing car guy, but it was so fun.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I say it, but I was shocked on how much fun I was having. I even like the fact that when you're driving around the tracks, the people that you're friends with, I know they're not playing, but you could see their names, so you try
Yeah,
to
I love
cut
that
them
too.
off. I was a big fan of the stunt driving. So I felt like I could do things that I wanted to do. I didn't want to just go around on a track and race, but I love doing the stunt driving. I love seeing the vast landscapes to go through. It impressed me. And this video that I watched from Digital Foundry blew my mind.
It set it apart from any other racing game, including Gran Turismo for me, and even for Horizon that falls on the arcade side of things. This is, like, good for them. This is an amazing looking game that I am so excited to put a lot of time in. I'm surprised how much time I actually put into Horizon 4. It's a game that I just pick up, play, race around a bit, do a couple of exhibitions, do some races, whatever, unlock new stuff. But the dynamic weather physics that they have in there, especially with this new one that they're launching, looks incredible. I love that they changed seasons in it, and the expansions on them are great. And it's gorgeous. Like, if you want something to be like, what can I show off? It's going to be this game. Let's go through the article that comes out from Eurogamer, though, talking about that little bit of comparisons.
Richard Ledbetter from Digital Foundry.
Yes, because this thing is amazing. Like, their side-by-side video is amazing. We'll leave the link in the description. Going down in the article a little bit, but scalability is key to Forza Horizon 5 for several reasons. First of all, it's a Horizon game, supports more platforms than it ever has before, in addition to PC with scalability challenges of its own, and two quite different Xbox Series consoles. There's Xbox One as well, not to mention Xbox One X. The preview code we had only worked on the new machines, so quite how Playground intends to run the game on Xbox One remains to be seen. But perhaps there are some clues when looking at series code, principally because both quality and performance modes are included. Intriguingly, whether you're running on Series X or its junior counterpart, both of them run at the same resolution of 3840 by 2160 or 1920 by 1080 respectively, albeit with potential hints of dynamic resolution scaling in play on the performance mode. Truth is, it's quite hard to tell. The article does go on. It's a lengthy one from Digital Foundry. It's incredible. They did an amazing write-up and deep dive into this, so kudos on them. We're getting 4K ray tracing next gen Horizon, buddy. This is going to be cool.
And from what I originally thought, we were only getting ray tracing on photo mode, but it seems they snuck this one in there because from what Digital Foundry is never wrong. If you ever want to see an instance analysis of graphics and frames per second and something, I wouldn't go anywhere else. Richard Ledbetter and the team over at Digital Foundry just does such an exceptional job. It's mind-blowing what they do and how they go through it. If you're ever like, oh, this one looks better on this console, they'll just be like, no, here's exactly what it is. Sometimes it looks better here and there. But from what they're saying, the ray tracing's there on depending on what your mode you want. I'm going to go for frames per... Ray tracing will look cool, but I don't think it really matters to me. I wouldn't mind the better frames per second, especially on a racing game, the handling.
Yeah.
But from what I'm seeing in these videos, like, you know, coming out of the plane and then you're coming down the mountain of that volcano. And to me, and I've seen other videos of the driving through the jungle, and the game looks the best racing game I've ever seen. The best, you know what? Not just racing game, the best looking graphically open world, because it is open world, game I have ever seen. And the draw distance.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I saw in your the draw distance on it looks unreal.
I am paused at a spot in their Digital Foundry video of them like just doing in the Jeep coming off like a jump basically and in the mountains or in the volcano. The draw distance on it, regardless of its quality mode or performance, it's incredible how much this, like how scaled this thing is. It's massive, and just like little things of like just the shine of the tailpipe on your vehicle when it bounces off the light, getting reflections in the windshield, things like that. There is so much detail here. I'm very excited. And for both of us running on newer TVs that can show these things off, I'm excited to see what the Series X can really do and really pump out that. And what makes this game honestly different from 4. I mean, I know it's going to be just have some graphical improvements and all of that, but Horizon Forza is a fantastic game, so I would just like to see what the next one does differently. I know we have a different map and all of that, but I like to see just what new vehicles they bring in and just how they kind of tweak it. I like them to do like update the avatar piece though a little bit when you're creating your guy that drives in the car. I know it doesn't really matter, but it always looks a little bit cartoonish, too much, and it was dumbed down a lot. And then obviously everything is pushed into how the cars look.
I'm very intrigued that this game supposedly looks no worse for the wear, regardless whether you're on the Series S or X. Like if you're on the S, they're saying they can barely tell the difference.
That's
and we've
cool.
talked about this before. As much as I love my TV and it's 4K, our eyes barely can see 4K. So that's probably what they're getting at. They're like, they went out here and they were like, hey, let's make this game look sexy, whether it's on the X or the S. We'll just make it look sexy for Xbox series of consoles.
Let us know your thoughts. Are you picking up the brand new Forza Horizon? Check out the full comparison from Digital Foundry because it is fantastic. See you in the next episode.